All right, Algebra 1 students, let's look at Unit 6, Lesson 2, How Does It Change? Our lesson goals here are, I can describe how a pattern is growing. So we want to be able to look at a pattern and describe kind of the pattern or the way that the numbers are growing as they get bigger. I can tell whether a pattern is growing linearly, exponentially, or quadratically. So one of the big things that we need to look at as we look at the growing patterns are, is it linear, which means is there some type of number that's being added or subtracted consistent? Is it exponential? Are we multiplying by the same thing over and over? Or is it quadratic, where we are using the power of 2. I know an expression with a squared term is called quadratic. So this is the idea of a power of 2, otherwise known as squared, shows us these quadratic patterns. So our vocabulary is quadratic expression, an expression that can be written in the form ax squared plus bx plus c, where a, b, and c are constants and a cannot equal 0. So we have this basic form of a quadratic, and a can be any number that's not 0, b can be any number, and c can be any number. And then this will always give us a pattern that is known as quadratic. All right, so how does each expression represent the number of small squares in the figure? So I have 4 expressions here, and I have this picture of squares. I want you to look at it and try and determine how each expression could represent this drawing. So 6 times 8 minus 2 times 3 represents this drawing somehow. 4 times 8 plus 2 times 5 represents this drawing in some way. 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 5 also represents this drawing, and 5 times 6 plus 3 times 4 represents this drawing. Try and come up with how each of these 4 represents the drawing, explain how you came up with your decisions, and then bring that to class tomorrow. That will start our discussion. Thanks.